Atonement, an essential subject from Vinipedia. Atonement is defined as the making of amends for a wrongdoing, injury or sin. It is related to the word reparation, to fix, mend or make ready again. With the goal of making amends, one important feature is that the wrongdoer has a repentant or apologetic attitude. Atonement is also seen as a way to remove the guilt of the offender, to clear one's conscience, so to speak. Atonement is most often used as a translation of the Sanskrit word prayachitta. Prayachitta, Vyavara, legal procedure, and Sira, customary law, make up the Dharmastra, scriptures of ethics, religious and legal duty. The most important forms of prayachitta include admission, repentance, anutpa, restraint of breath, pravyama, austerity, tapas, fire sacrifice, homa, prayers, japa, giving of gifts, dina, fasting, upasa, and pilgrimages, tirthayavartra. Prayachitas are required both for the cleansing of one's own soul and also for the benefit of society, as social contact with an unrepentant sinner is forbidden. Although atonement is recommended, it is not considered a permanent remedy, for one who has not completely abandoned the desire to sin will likely do so again. Only pure atonement, the chanting of God's names for example, is presented as a true solution, for the practice can eradicate the dormant, unexpressed desires for future offenses. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinikote's atonement category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books on the path of speculative knowledge. 1 becomes free from sinful life by understanding things as they are. Therefore the acquirement of speculative knowledge is also considered a method of atonement. While performing fruitive activities, one can become free from the actions of sinful life through austerity, penance, celibacy, control of the mind and senses, truthfulness and the practice of mystic yoga. By awakening knowledge one may also neutralize sinful reactions. Neither of these methods, however, can free one from the tendency to commit sinful activities. Bhagavatam 6.1 Summary. In some religious sects a sinful man goes to a priest to confess his sinful acts and pay a fine, but then he again commits the same sins and returns to confess them again. This is the practice of a professional sinner. Parkatma Arya's observations indicate that even 5,000 years ago it was the practice of criminals to atone for their crimes but then commit the same crimes again, as if forced to do so. Therefore, owing to his practical experience, Parkatma Arya saw that the process of repeatedly sinning and atoning is pointless. Bhagavatam 6.1.9. This kind of prayachitta, or atonement, is condemned by Parkatma Arya, the most intelligent king of his time. Ukadeva Gosvem, equally intelligent, as befitting the spiritual master of Maurya Parkat, answered the king and confirmed that his statement concerning atonement was correct. A sinful activity cannot be counteracted by a pious activity. Thus real prayachitta, atonement, is the awakening of our dormant kaya consciousness. Real atonement involves coming to real knowledge, and for this there is a standard process. Nectar of Instruction, Text 1. If kaya consciousness is covered by material sins, one can eliminate the sin simply by chanting the Hare Kaya mantra, but if one pollutes his kaya consciousness by offending a Bharma or a Vyava, one cannot revive it until one properly atones for the sin by pleasing the offended Vyava or Bharma. This was the course that Durvas Muni had to follow, for he surrendered unto Maurya Ambre. A Vyava Parda cannot be atoned for by any means other than by begging the pardon of the offended Vyava. Bhagavatam 4.26. 24. One may atone for sinful life and vanquish all sinful reactions by chanting the holy name, although this is not called atonement. Ordinary atonement may temporarily protect a sinful person, but it does not completely cleanse his heart of the deep-rooted desire to commit sinful acts. Therefore atonement is not as powerful as the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. In the Stras it is said that if a person only once chants the holy name and completely surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord immediately considers him his ward and is always inclined to give him protection. This is confirmed by Ardara Svm. Bhagavatam 6.2. 49. The ritualistic ceremonies of atonement recommended in the religious scriptures are insufficient to cleanse the heart absolutely, because after atonement one's mind again runs toward material activities. Consequently, for one who wants liberation from the fruitive reactions of material activities, the chanting of the Harkaya mantra, or glorification of the name, fame and pastimes of the Lord, is recommended as the most perfect process of atonement because such chanting eradicates the dirt from one's heart completely. Armad Bh Gavatam 6.2. 12. The chanting of the holy name of Lord Vivu is the best process of atonement for a thief of gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, for one who betrays a friend or relative, for one who kills a Brahmana, or for one who indulges in sex with the wife of his guru or another superior. It is also the best method of atonement for one who murders women, the king or his father, for one who slaughters cows, and for all other sinful men. Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Vivu, such sinful persons may attract the attention of the Supreme Lord, who therefore considers, because this man has chanted my holy name, my duty is to give him protection. Armad Bh Gavatam 6.2.9, 10. If one chants the Harkaya mantra without offenses, all of one's sinful actions are surely atoned for immediately, but one should not commit such deeds again, for that is an offense. Armad Bh Gavatam 6.6. 14.